Caleb, good to see
Cool.
you, man. Welcome to Pop Alternative.
Hey, great to meet you, man.
It's really cool because it's like, you had a chance to talk about this last year with South by Southwest, but now more people are going to be able to see it in other ways. That genre bending component really kind of stands out to me, right? So I'm wondering, what was that like
Yes.
reading that in the script and seeing it come to life on screen, that script to screen journey with the genre bending?
Man, I love that you asked that because, Freddie Macdonald, who's the director of Sotorn, he's such an interesting filmmaker and storyteller because you can't pin him down. He's
Yeah.
not in one genre. He's both an amazing dramatic director, an amazing comedic director. His influences come from all over, but he also has crafted his own style.
Yep.
I remember seeing the short film, and I couldn't figure out, is this filmmaker from North America? Is he from Europe? Is he from Asia? Like, where is he from? Like, in terms of like his cultural influences, his film influences. It was almost confusing because it was so unique. And then I found out all of the above. He's lived all around the world, and it's like that makes sense. It feels like he's been inspired by a lot of different filmmakers, which is very rare,
Yep.
and something I wish more filmmakers had in their repertoire.
Yeah.
When I saw the film, I just thought this is it feels like it was both nostalgic and new wave.
Hmm. I know, absolutely. And I'm kind of wondering, because I guess my filmmaker hat always thinks about these things, but it's like, we see some scenes in this movie that probably have like a runtime of like 3 to 4 minutes, but we know how it goes. There might be some scenes that took, a whole day to shoot or like a
Oh
45
yeah.
minutes. Dude, when that happens, and you can answer it with this film or other projects, does it feel like its own mini movie? Like that one scene, or does it feel like a big
Oh
part of the
yeah.
project?
Yeah, and I think almost by design, I think a great scene does kind of feel like its own movie.
Yeah.
And I think that really goes back to great writing because I think
Yeah.
if it's well written, each scene kind of has like a beginning, middle, and end. Even
Mhm.
even if it's a quick moment, like even like if it's just someone running down an alleyway, there is kind of a beginning, middle, and end if it's done the right way.
Yeah.
And that's what this film really had. It did feel like each day we were making its own short film, even
Mhm.
though the movie in some ways is three films within a film.
Yep.
So yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned that because it did feel like that a lot on set.
Absolutely. There's a lot of kind of I watch things with this kind of self-reflection kind of component where I look at all these characters in movies, your character in this one, but there's others that I feel like are more, figuring it out. They're lost, right? These lost characters
Yeah.
figuring things out. And I find it interesting because from a viewer perspective, right? Like these characters don't know they're lost, right? They're just taking it day by day and everything. So from an acting storyteller perspective, is it more fun, more challenging playing these kind of lost, self-reflection driven characters?
Oh, it's so fun. I mean, that's what you definitely want. It's fun when it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's great when I mean, the dream scenario for an actor is that it's a really well-written script where it's very clear
Hmm.
and it's also something that you haven't done before. A journey that's going to be a challenging journey to go on. And this had all of that. I mean, the Fred and Freddie who wrote the film did such a great job at crafting such interesting characters
Hmm.
in within each character.
Yep.
Sometimes when you watch a film, it feels like you can see the writer in every single character, and it sounds kind of just sounds like one person.
Absolutely.
With this script, each voice was so unique and so specific, and that makes it really exciting because you feel like you can really embrace your own entity within the story. Uh, and what was interesting too is being able to replay, which is how the story goes, certain moments, and you get to live these different experiences of the character that you don't normally get to do. Normally, a movie, it's one choice a character makes.
Yeah.
In this film, there's multiple choices, and we see all of them play out. So you get to actually experience the character living that same time frame in different scenarios.
Absolutely. My favorite thing about content these days is how global it is. People from all around the world get to watch things. We get to watch content from all around the world. What I wanted to kind of ask you is, even like South by Southwest, like that's such a big kind of festival that's known all around the world, and people from all around the world attend it. Would you say that it's safe to say that your experience on Disney Channel prepared you for the global impact of content? I mean, that's kind of like
Yes.
the perfect kind of example, right? Of like what's going on with content these days.
That's such a great point. It really did because I remember the first day I realized is when we had a press day where we had a number of producers that were from different parts of the world. And we were saying hello and thanks for watching the show in like 25 different languages.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that we were going to be airing in that many countries. And I thought this is so cool that we get to be a part of people's childhoods around the world, and that,
Mhm.
and I've been so grateful now traveling to all these different countries. It's almost like everywhere I go in any country, there people grew up with the same show,
Dude, it's
and I think
crazy.
in a time too when content is so uh, diversified in terms of viewing habits, where it's very rare that we kind of collectively watch the same thing.
Mhm.
There's a way to fulfill your needs in whatever your style or genre is, and it's sometimes rare that collectively the world is watching one thing.
Yeah,
That Disney Channel is this unique situation where for a generation they did seem to all watch the same shows, and
100%.
there's a community around that, and it's really wonderful to be a part of something like that because it is so rare, especially in this environment of viewership.
There's like an Austin and Alley scene, man, that's rent free in my head forever. I don't know the number, but I love the scene where it's like when that American Gladiator was like a guest star. And it's like you're the guy that ate the 10-pound hot dog. Like I
Oh
always,
yeah.
I don't know what was the number. It wasn't 10 pound. It was. Do you remember what the number was? It
Oh,
was
I
like
forget.
yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm
forget
completely
too,
like
but
I
it
know
was like,
exactly what
and
you're
then
talking
you were
about
like
though.
yes, and you gave him the autograph with the mustard, and it's
Yeah.
like that's like rent free in my head.
Oh, that's great.
But
That's
I just
so
want to say,
fun.
but congrats on this film. I can't wait for people to see it more. And Caleb, so great chatting with you, man. Thank you so much for your time.
We got to chat more often because we also have so many friends in common. So we got to stay in touch.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.